Hi Scorpio, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of December 27th, 2021 to the 2nd of January 2022 as we get ready to begin the new year. Bear with me as I grab my notebook, but thank you so much for joining me, and I do want to remind you as always, general weekly read, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. I just heard a huge focus on love right off the bat, okay? But anyways, we're implementing two new additions to these weekly reads moving forward to kind of spice things up a bit. If you've been with me for a while, we're re-implementing a song of the week, which basically we're going to have Spirit, before I record these, choose a song on shuffle to speak upon each of the signs week. So you'll get a song for this week and moving forward that we'll speak upon or at least mention, and I'll leave that in the description box below for you to look up the lyrics or just listen to the song. Um, but yeah, so either way, let's see here. What else do I have to mention? Oh, and then, wow, struggle. The other addition that you'll have to stick with me to the end of the reading in order to benefit from is we'll have you think of a yes or no question. And using this crystal necklace, which I use as a pendulum, we will have you ask the question and we'll give you that answer. Okay? Just to clarify a little bit for you, give you that answer, and once again, spice up these weekly reads. As I struggle once again, the song that Spirit chose for you, Scorpio, is Friendships by Pascal Letoublon. If I even said that right. Interesting, I said there was a focus on love, but as well friendships, apparently. So we'll leave that in the description box below, and let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, let's pull the overall focus for the week from the Green Witch Oracle deck. You might find it hard to catch your breath at certain parts this week, excuse me. Okay, protection. Being reminded that you're protected, it feels like going back to the song or even a focus on love, being reminded that you're protected all the meanwhile. A focus on who in your life sort of has your back in a lot of ways. And look what we have at the bottom, love. We'll take that, and happiness. I feel like certain connections are just going to bring a level of energy to your life. Interesting. You might be feeling like you're lacking that energy, or focus on which energies you vibe with the most and make you happy, or just who do you make happy all the meanwhile. I feel like there's just a level of success that takes place this week when it comes to connections. Wow. We're going to take all four and we'll surround the 6 cards we're going to pull. Alright, I'm being told to just put these 2 back. Sorry. We're going to pull 6 tarot cards from the Tarot of Dreams, the main part of the reading. For my lovely Scorpios for this upcoming week. Okay. Beginning the week with healing right off the bat. You could be finding that certain energies are making you a little bit on edge this week. Wow. We're going to pull the last one right from the top of the deck. Interesting energy. Underlining focus on the wheel, on things progressing, but you just being quite secretive or just not telling everybody and their mother about what's taking place, about who you're considering or wrapping yourself up with, but being pushed to focus on the abundance this week. Feeling like there's just so much success on the horizon for you. Wow. I feel like even career, but again, there's a focus for whatever reason on love and friendships. Some of you, it could be a friendship leading to love. Good for you. 3 of Swords in reverse. So right off the bat, you begin the week and there's a level of healing taking place. Let's clarify this one. Your world's changing in a lot of ways, and that's a beautiful thing. You have to remember that. With the Ace of Swords, it feels like the beginning of the week, you're pushed to put a sword in certain habits or a past situation that's been holding you back mentally and emotionally. To allow yourself to, that's for some of you, but at the very least, it's habitual. You know, looking at your habits or whatever is making you feel wounded or emotional. What have you been focusing on? And how happy has it made you? Going back to the happiness card. feeling like you do sort of feel motivated all the meanwhile because this healing feels quite instantaneous. It doesn't feel like a drawn on process, but we have 3 here. It's like, so I feel like these are meant to be in the upright position. Death, the Fool, and the 9 of Pentacles. Feeling like you're ready to put something to rest and begin anew. Take a leap of faith or being pushed to do so by the universe. And all the meanwhile, it just feels like you're very focused on your money, your independence. But in a few different signs readings this week, there's the message is coming through that you being focused on your independence, your money, your career is, reaching for that stability, is leaving love just flowing in almost effortlessly. And you may be shocked when that happens this week, but I just feel like you also need to remember not to feel bad for the cups you're leaving behind. People, situations that no longer suit you or just don't align with who you're becoming. All right, let's aim this down just a little bit more. But we're moving on to the Page of Cups. And so you make your way to the middle of the first half of the week, and there's a push to take a fresh emotional stance on something. All right, let's clarify this one. When it comes to your money, your career, when it comes to somebody potentially, the Queen of Pentacles, all the meanwhile, it feels like you're being very secretive about what you're going through emotionally. The healing, it's like not everybody needs to know, but all the meanwhile, it just feels like there is this level of secrecy between you and the universe when it comes to the future of an investment or a new job. It's like there is a big focus on connections and whatnot this week, love and friendships once again, but the middle of the first half of the week, there is a focus on your career, your pentacles. It just feels like that's where you're zoning in on. And that's okay. But once again, I do feel like all the meanwhile, you just could potentially be receiving a lot of messages. This could be more so from potential jobs or just people that need stuff from you when it comes to your career or your business, however it pertains to you. But all the meanwhile, you could be receiving certain messages from certain friends or loved ones. It could be you receiving a message within this part of the week from an ex, all the meanwhile, from a potential suitor. Wow. And so we're moving on to the 8 of Coins. And so you're just plugging away, putting in that hard work, blood and sweat and tears into your craft, your business, your project, your hobby, your job in general, however it pertains to you. And that's when there's, for whatever reason, a focus on love. Okay, it could be more so a focus on love when it comes to what you're working towards, but it also could be you just thinking about the love in your life at this time, or just the lack of which, and desiring more in that category. All right. It feels like the messages coming and going are continuing through to the end of the first half of the week. But it does feel like you're being pushed to keep the hope alive when it comes to what you're working towards, or when it comes to the future of love being in your life, romance, whatever it is you desire the most at this time. Some of you Scorpios do desire both kind of evenly to an extent, but it's just a reminder that it came up in Aquarius is you do get what you focus on, what you sort of water at this time. All right. A reminder that you are a star in the making, and that love is just going to flow in almost effortlessly once again, in order to sort of give you more fulfillment, to remind you that you deserve to be loved. Even if you do focus on your career a lot, there's a potential that you could be feeling a bit heartbroken when it comes to an ex that recently messaged you earlier on in the week or recently, or you could just be heartbroken because you desire more love once again. A reminder that healing in the beginning of the week took place for a reason. So if you need to go through more healing, so be it. Okay. I can see a lot of 3s at this point in the week as well. A reminder of your spirituality, your connection to spirit, as well as success with whatever you're thinking about. Okay. And as I'm drawn to the World card, we have the 2 of Cups to begin the second half of the spread. The Hanged Man, to begin the second half of the week, you're pushed to adjust your perspective on a specific somebody. If you're willing to, at this point, take back an ex or somebody you would fool around with in the past, you're being pushed to reconsider or just figure out if that's truly what you want. It could be very much a mirroring situation, right? A karmic connection, if you will. Or some of you just sort of doubting that this person you've been wrapped up with, somebody new, is going to end up panning out or working out for you, or if that connection is going to last in any way, shape, or form. Or for some of you, it's you asking yourself, will this friendship become the love connection that I desire? And a push to take a step back and figure out what you truly want, and as well just kind of adjust your perspective all the meanwhile to keep it positive, optimistic, and just think about your health all the meanwhile. Some of you could be feeling quite trapped in a connection at this time. It's going to vary from case to case, but it feels like you do need to go through a little bit more healing when it comes to the connections you've dealt with, and just so you can make the best out of what you decide to move forward with, or who. Okay. You might even find that certain friends help you figure out what you want, or just serve as odd ways of healing. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Moving on, keywording, the Chariot. Aligns with the Page of Cups. It feels like you're emotionally going after something. Push to be motivated when it comes to what you desire at this time. What do we have for this Chariot? It was a struggle. It feels like you're going after something on the meanwhile that you don't fully remember what took place, right? And it could be you going after this past situation with somebody and not really remembering what took place fully, and Spirit and the universe filling in those blanks. Or you could find that you just decide to, all the meanwhile, make your way to this point in the week and just go after your career success, feeling like there is a little bit of a struggle with your memory in one way, shape, or form. I need to have patience with oneself as you do what's right for you, or just try to remember this and that. I need for more balance as well. With the Page of Swords, to clarify this Eight of Cups, that's coming out multiple times in this reading for a reason. To finish up the week in general, there's a focus on you needing to do what's right for you, to not stress over who and what you need to potentially leave behind to seek a happier, healthier lifestyle. Once again, when it comes to love, friends, and when it comes to work. It feels like more so in this case at the end of the week, it's about love. But it feels like you're reminded that at the end of the week, you're protected and going after what is right for you. With the Page of Swords, you could be feeling a bit feisty, or just learning more about what you left behind or want to, right? Which just sort of helps you clarify that you are thinking about things right at this point versus the beginning of the second half of the week. Interesting. Let's pull one more. Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, this is more you just needing to focus on your work at the end of the week, stressing over doing what's right for you. Okay. Either way, let's pull a card from the Find Your Happy deck. The right choice is the choice that feels expansive and joyful. All right. Focus on what makes you feel joyful, what makes you feel expansive, more like yourself or who you're becoming. What makes you happy once again? When I follow my heart, I am abundant, successful, and free. Okay? Absolutely perfect for this reading. So I hope you have already thought of a yes or no question. If not, just take a moment and think of that question. For Scorpio. Counterclockwise, that is a no for your question. All right, I hope that was truly helpful. So with that said and done, I hope this reading was truly helpful overall. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.